Again, just kind of shake everything out a little bit, and we're going to start with neck. So I want to have you look up to the ceiling and be conscious of what you're feeling down the front of your neck and the top of your chest. So we want to look as high as we can up to the ceiling. Again, not something we do all the time, so be kind of careful about this. I've got my hand on my head because otherwise my headset will fall off, but don't necessarily need to do that if you want. And now we're going to look over to the right corner. Like if you're staring up at the ceiling and you're in a smaller room, let me find that corner, and we're going to come up to the center again, and then we're going to go over to the left. Now, when I do that, I get a little snap, crackle, pop in my neck. So be gentle. Go back to the middle again, and over to the side. Back to the middle again, and over to the left. Do that one more time. Back to center, and over to the other side. So now we're going to do the exact opposite of that. I want to have you look down, and this is where you can use your hand to help you. So we're going to look straight down at the floor, and you want to keep your chin kind of tucked in a little bit. Don't try to elongate your chin and then dip it. Keep your head as much over your shoulders as you can. So look straight down. And if you want a little extra tug, you can put your hand on your head and use it as just a teeny weeny bit of weight that causes you to have a deeper stretch. And always remember, we're trying to keep our shoulders down. So be conscious that your shoulders aren't creeping up towards your ears. And now we're going to look over to the right armpit. And back to the center again. And I'm going to change hands, just a little easier. Relax the shoulder and look down over the left armpit. Back to the center again. We're going to do that one more time. One more to the right. Back to the center. And if you put your hand, your palm on the back of your head, you will get a little bit deeper stretch. And then back over to the left. Great. Shake things out a little bit. We're going to do some wrist circles now. So you can hold your arm. You can do it down by your side. But what we're trying to do is the most exaggerated twist we can in one direction. So I'm twisting clockwise right now. So I want to exaggerate and see how thoroughly I can get this wrist to head round and round. So you're kind of twisting at the same time. This is really good for loosening things up through your wrist area where your carpal tunnel lives. And now I'm going to come over and I'm going to do, make this easy, I'm going to do counterclockwise on the left hand. So great big circles, but your arm isn't actually moving. And then I'm going to come back to the right hand again, and now we're going to go the opposite direction. So we're going to go counterclockwise on the right hand. Great idea to do these kinds of stretches throughout your day. And we're going to go, in this one, we're going to go clockwise now on the left. So as exaggerated as you can make it. And if you're counting, you might want to do 10 rolls forward, 10 rolls backwards on each hand. It's enough to kind of get things moving, get a little bit more blood circulating through there. Now we're going to go to one of my absolute favorites for those of you who've been around for a while, and that is a finger stretch, especially on your mousing hand. So we want to spread the fingers as far as we can and then bring them into a fist. So we're going to open the fingers, you can wiggle them a little bit, and make a fist. If you're doing a lot of mousing, this is a great stretch for you. If you're doing a lot of writing with your dominant hand, this is also a great way to kind of get some more blood flowing to the areas. One more here. And a tight fist. So now we're going to move over to the left. You might be able to do these at the same time. I'm not that coordinated, but it does go faster. So I'm really trying to spread out my hand as far as I can and then curl it up into that tight fist. I don't know where everybody else is in the country today, but I have to tell you, it is warm here in Tennessee. And we're going to do one more here on the left and fingers. Now this tendon stretch allows you to get a little more workout for each individual finger and the tendons. So again, we're going to spread our hand, but now we're going to take each finger and we're going to individually bring it over to meet the thumb. So thumb and pinky, thumb and ring finger, thumb and middle finger, thumb and pointer finger. Again, you can do both at one time. I have a tendency to not be able to do either one very well when I try to do both at the same time. All right, we're going to move over to the left. Ring, pinky, ring finger, middle finger, pointer finger. And we're going to do that 2 more times. And this is our last time through. Perfect. Okay, just a little bit for the rest. We're going to do a wrist flexor stretch. So your palm is out in front of you, and you want to reach with your other, not just your fingertips, but also the palm. And you want to put pressure right there on the top of the palm and the bottom of the start of your fingers, and you want to pull that gently back towards you. You won't be able to see me but you can also lower your arm down, and the more you lower your arm, sometimes the better stretch you get up through both the forearm and up into tricep and bicep even. All right, let's shake that out a little bit and do the other side. So palm up, take that other hand, and again, you can point it down toward the ground. Big stretch. All right, let's shake that out. And now we're going to do palm down on the right. And again, just very gently pushing. Sometimes it's easier if you even bend at the elbow. But what we're trying to do is get that stretch through the top of the back of the wrist. All right, we're going to switch over to the left, palm down. You might find you've got a little bit more flexibility on your dominant hand, just because that's really what you tax all day long. Perfect. Oh, and it's crazy. 10 minutes goes by so fast. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope to see you next Wednesday. Take care, everybody. Stay safe.
Bye, Barbara. Thank you.
You're welcome.